Yes. Good morning, everyone. 12th class, accountancy, chapter 5, book 3, cash flow statement. Already we have done one basic class of this chapter. So today I am going to introduce the different type of activities. Classification of activities. Here, classification of activities. So before starting the topic, let's take an example. Wait a minute. Yes. Suppose Mr. A is there and he has started a business, started a company. And in which he issued 10,000 shares. And his business is of furniture business. 10,000 shares, equity shares he has issued here. And 5 lakh rupees he has taken as a loan from bank. Here he has taken a loan from bank, and by spending rupees 2 lakh he has purchased the machinery. He has purchased a machinery to prepare the ready-made furniture items. Then he purchased some raw material for making furniture, suppose costing rupees 1 lakh, and he paid some expenses like salary, telephone bill, rent, suppose rupees 50,000. Then he made some sales, and sales were of rupees 3 lakh. Here he received some commission, rupees 10,000, as well as he invested some extra money of his business, rupees 50,000 in mutual funds. Mutual funds, okay, not in mutual funds, in the preference shares of some other company. Preference shares of XYZ Limited. So mostly all the businessmen, whether it is manufacturing or trading, has to perform some of the activities like Mr. A is doing for his company, A Limited. The company name is A Limited. So first of all, to start a company, we will be in requirement of finance. So the equity share capital is the base capital for every company. So he has issued some shares. Then for some more funds requirement, he has taken a loan from bank. Then afterwards, he has made investment in the fixed assets like 2 lakh for machinery and maybe 50,000 rupees to buy a scooter for a business. So that is also the asset for the business. So these two are the assets of the business. And this is also which assets? Fixed assets, we all know. And this is also the investment, non-current or current investment of the business. And this raw material he has purchased to manufacture the furniture items, maybe wood for furnishing, polish, and the other accessories to make the furniture. And he paid 50,000 as the other expenses, salary, telephone bill, rent, and other like sundry expense, sales expense, etc. And afterwards, he was able to make a sale of rupees 3 lakh, and he also received a commission of rupees 10,000. So all these are the different type of activities which a businessman must have to perform, whether he is a small scale businessman or a large scale businessman, joint stock company, a sole proprietor, any type of business activity, arrangement of the funds, then investment in the fixed assets, then investment in the current assets, doing the expenses on regular basis, then making the sales and getting the amount back and earning the profits. So these type of activities are done not on regular basis. This type of activities are not done on regular basis. Once he has purchased a machinery, that will be serving him for many years, maybe for 5 years, 10 years. Scooter will be serving him for many years, 5 years, 10 years. So capital, he will be not investing again and again. He will be not taking loan and again and again. So these two type of activities are non-recurring activities, which are done very rarely, after 2 3 years one time. But these are the regular activity: purchase of raw material, doing regular basis expenses, and making of sales of the business in which he is dealing. If he is dealing in a furniture business, then he will be buying the raw material in relation to furniture, and he will be selling the finished goods, which is the furniture items. So if he is dealing in a textile business, then he will be purchasing the cloth and the other accessories, sewing machine as an asset. Then he will be manufacturing the ready-made garments. Then further he will be selling. In a shoe factory, the material related to shoe will be purchased. So and so on. So these activities are the recurring nature activities which will be done on regular basis, monthly basis, weekly basis. And in cash flow statement, all these activities are categorized in three types. Which three types? And in all the question of cash flow statement, we will be considering all these activities. Which three type activities are there? Note down. So these activities which he is doing on regular basis and which are in relation to his main business, which are in relation to his main business activity, are known as operating activity. Yes, operating. Operating activities are the principal revenue generating activity. Principal revenue generating activities, and which are performed on daily basis, on regular basis. Principal revenue generating activity means the activities from which you are getting your maximum of revenue. Like a furniture manufacturing firm will be getting most of his revenue from sales of furniture items. That's why these are known as principal revenue generating activities. So this activity, which is done for purchase of assets, because you all know that fixed assets are very much required in each and every business, and no business will be able to earn profits without investing in fixed assets. So the activities which are related to the purchase and sale of fixed assets and investment, purchase and sale of non-current assets, not on regular basis. You all know that purchase fixed assets or non-current assets are purchased not on regular basis. Once you have purchased a fixed asset, then you are going to use it for a longer period. That's why it is known as fixed asset. Here, and when the asset will be obsoleted or there will be some problem in the asset, then you may have to sell that old asset, and you will be replacing your old asset with a new technological modern the asset with which is equipped with the modern technology. So these activities are known as investing activities. Then this activity is left. It is not necessary that the financing activity, this activity is known as financing activity. It is not necessary that the financing activity is done only at the time of establishment of the business. We will be in continuous requirement of the funds, not only at the time of establishment of the business, but also for the modernization of the business, for the expansion, growth of the business, and moreover for the diversification of the business. Diversification means entering in the new product lines, which we were not earlier producing. So for all these purposes, we need finance. So financing activity will be done from the beginning of the business till the end of the business, but not on very regular basis. Suppose we have taken a loan, so that is the example of financing activity. After 3 years, I am going to repay that loan. That is again a financing activity. So the activities which are basically related with the shareholder funds and non-current liabilities and current liabilities specifically related to loans are known as financing activities. The activities which are, Pulkit, your video is off and I'm going to remove you, sorry. And these are the activities which are related to the capital structure of a business. Capital structure means mix of owned funds and borrowed funds. So any activity which is related to the capital structure, which brings a change in the capital structure. Suppose a company is issuing equity shares, then definitely it will be leaving a change in the capital structure. Earlier, the debt equity ratio was 1:1. Now by issuing the shares, its ratio has become 2:1. So that will become the, or 1:2. So that is the change in the capital structure. So all those activities which results in the change in shareholder fund or change in non-current liabilities and the known portion of current liability are known as financing activity. So basically we can say the cash flow statement is divided in three activities. So I told you activities. Which three activities I'm explaining here? Yes, operating activities. One marker question can also come on the definition of these activities: investing activities and financing activities. So operating activities are those activities which are related to the main business operations. Related to main business operations. For example, but remember one thing always, whenever we are talking about any activity, then it must be in cash. If there is any credit transaction, then that particular transaction cannot be considered in cash flow statement, because it is the serious limitation of cash flow statement that it records only the cash transaction. Suppose we have purchased goods on credit, then it is no activity. Why? Because this activity is on credit and credit transactions are never recorded in cash flow statement. Now we have purchased goods in cash. We have purchased goods in cash. So what type of activity is this? Yes, we have purchased goods in cash. So what type of activity is this? This activity is basically related to business operations. Purchase of goods, sale of goods, purchase of raw material. So that is operating activity. Condition is this, that it must be on cash basis. One particular business has purchased assets. So if a business is dealing in non-current assets, acquisition of the non-current asset or the disposal of the non-current asset. Acquisition means purchase. You are purchasing any of the non-current asset, whether it is tangible, intangible, okay, tangible, intangible, non-current investment, any, or that is known as acquisition or purchase, or sale. Sale means disposal of fixed assets. You are selling the fixed assets, maybe land, building, plant, machinery. It is, or maybe any non-current investment. Financing means your what is affecting, which part of balance sheet is affecting, that is the shareholder fund. Under shareholder fund, only share capital. Remember this thing, not the reserve and surplus, only share capital, either increase or decrease. If it is increased, it means we have issued the new share, and if it is decreased, it means we have redeemed the preference shares only. You all know that equity share capital cannot decrease during the lifetime of a company. Then the non-current liabilities. Which portion of non-current liabilities? All long-term borrowings, debentures, bonds, loans. Then the current liabilities, only the current liabilities, only one portion, that is the bank overdraft, not the whole of the portion. Bank overdraft and the short-term borrowings. Short-term borrowings. Clear? So if there is a change in any of these things, then it means that is a financing activity. Clear? So three activities I told you. Now one more important thing is here, that one activity which is operating for a business may be investing for another business. How? So it all depends on the nature of the business, that what type of business, what type of activities are performed by a particular business. For example, suppose there is a real estate business. Which business? Real estate business. What in real estate business happens? In real estate business, mostly they purchased a piece of land, they construct a building on that land, then flats are sold. Flats are sold. As well as the remaining unsold flats may be given to the tenants on rent. So when real estate business, the main business activity is buying and selling of land, building, and they are selling off their flats, and whatever the rent they are getting, that is their main principal revenue income. So for a real estate businessman, if they are receiving any rent receipt, or if they have sale any flat, sale of building, so these two will be considered. Tell me which activity, because it is their main activity. So I'm waiting for your answer. Tell me which activity. Yes, very good. For a real estate businessman, their main business is purchasing and selling of land and building flats, and the unsold flats are given on rent. So they are receiving rent, they are getting income by selling of flats. Yes, very good everyone. Ajay, Dhruv, Ishita, very good everyone, all those who have given me answers. So this is a operating activity. Now suppose a textile business owner is there. So what will be his main business? Manufacturing of garments, selling of garments, purchasing the raw material related to garments. So the extra funds that particular textile business owner has invested in buying a piece of land, and he constructed a building on that, and he rented out that building, not sold, he rented out that building. So he is also getting rent received. So could you please tell me that out of these three activities, which activity is this? His main business is textile business. He is manufacturing the garments, purchasing the garments, selling the garments, purchasing the raw materials, and with his extra funds, he has invested in a piece of land. He constructed a building, and the whole building is rented out by him. And in return, he is getting rent on regular basis. So what is his main business? Textile business. And rent he is not getting. Very good, Vaishali, very good, Piyush. So, and other students, all those who have given me answer. So his main business is textile business. So rent is a income, but it is not a main business income. It is a side business income. It is the income which is the result of the investment. So that's why it will be categorized under investing activity. Similarly, let's take one more example. Suppose a business has some extra money. So he has deposited that extra money in a bank account, and he made a FD, and he is getting interest on that amount. Interest on FD, or he has granted a loan to someone else and he is getting interest on that amount. Now a finance company is there. Do you know the functioning of the finance company? What functions they perform? Their main business is giving loan and getting the interest. Their main business is, sometimes they are also doing the investments. They are investing their money also in purchasing the shares, debentures, and sometimes they are giving loans to the needy persons by keeping their assets mortgaged, like Muthoot loans, where you can get the loan amount immediately after getting your gold loan, you can know. So in that case, their main business is giving the loans and accepting the deposits, we can say. So in that case, interest they will be getting on regular basis. Such type of companies are known in cash flow statement financing companies. Those companies are known as financing companies. The financing companies are those companies which deals in finance, like banks, mutual fund companies, insurance companies. They are known as financing companies. Banks, what is the main business of the banks? They are accepting the deposits, small deposits from their account holders, and they are giving loans to the needy persons, to the needy businessman, or to the personal loans also they are giving. So in return, they are getting interest, and getting of interest and paying of interest is their regular business activity. So for all the financing companies, interest is a which activity? Tell me. For all the financing companies, interest is a which activity? If they are receiving interest on regular basis. Yes, very good. Yes, Shiv, Ajay, Ankita, very good, very good. Interest is a operating activity for all such financing companies whose main business is dealing in finance. But now come back to the textile business owner. He has invested his money in debentures, or either he has kept in bank account in the form of FDs. In debentures, he is getting 10% yearly interest. So what is this interest income for him? Please tell me. What is this interest income for him? Yes, yes, very good. Investing income, very good, Ajay. Because he has got the interest just because of investment in debentures. Here some students have got confused that I have not told you that he has issued debentures. He has purchased debentures. He has issued means he is issuing the debentures just like shares and he is getting money from the public. So that will be the financing activity. But when we are buying the debentures directly from the some other company or from the stock exchange, then it is known as investing activity. It means we are investing our surplus money in any type of securities. It may be equity shares, it may be debentures, it may be preference shares, it may be mutual funds, any paper form investment we are doing or in any tangible investment we are doing, then it always results in the investing activity. So interest received is an operating income. Why? Because that will be received on regular basis and that mainly that is their main business, financing company's main business. But for a textile business owner, their main business is buying and selling of clothes, ready-made garments, and investments. If they have done in debentures, that is their side business, not the main business. So if we are getting income from side business or just because of investments, then it is known as investing income. So here I have explained that any activity can be operating, can be investing, depending on the nature of the business. Rent received by a real estate business owner is an operating activity, but for a other business owner is an investing activity. Same is with the interest. Here, next, just have a look at the PPT for the more understanding. So classification of the activities for preparation of cash flow statement, I have already explained that these activities are divided in three parts: operating activities, which are the principal revenue generating activities. Principal revenue generating means which is their main business, the income which is coming from their main business, or the activities which are not investing or financing. So every activity will be having some inflows and outflows. Every activity will be having some inflows and outflows. What inflows? Like operating activity. Operating activity. So every activity is further divided in two parts: inflows and outflows. Yesterday I explained the meaning of inflow and outflow. Inflow means cash is coming inside. So the operating inflows examples are cash sales, not the credit sale, only the cash sales. Remember, it is not credit sale, it is only the cash sales. Okay, cash sales. Then cash received from debtors. Suppose in past you have sold goods to debtors in credit. Now in present you have received cash from debtors. Cash received from debtors. So this transaction will not be recorded in cash flow at the time of credit sale. But when the debtors will be making payment, this will be recorded in cash flow statement. Cash received from royalties, fees, or commissions. If a businessman is just like we are talking about a lawyer, so lawyer, doctor, they will be getting fees. So if they are getting any fees, then there will be no sale in their business. So it will be their operating income, main operating income. Then income tax refund. Many times I also told you earlier that income tax refund, sometimes the businessman is paying taxes in advance. So next year, if they have paid more taxes, next year, in the beginning of the next year, they will be getting their tax refund. Suppose in advance, the businessman has pays rupees 1 lakh as a tax. But actually, when the net profit came at the end of the year and they calculated the tax, it was 80,000. So this 20,000, the difference of the 20,000, they will be getting back. This is known as refund of income tax. So it is actually a cash inflow. And why I am recording it in the operating activity? Because tax we are paying, that is on the main business operation. Okay. So next is the outflow. What are the outflows? Just opposite of it, cash sales. Instead of writing cash sales, we will be writing cash purchases. Cash purchases. Then if we have purchased goods in the past on credit, then we must be making payment to creditors. Payment to creditors. Yes, payment to creditors. Then all the expenses, all expenses, whether it is direct expenses, whether it is indirect expenses, payment of all the expenses, payment of tax also. Salary, rent, insurance, charity, everything. So in ratio chapter, I told you about operating and non-operating. So here you must be able to understand that topic clearly, that operating means which is related to business. So non-operating means the other income or the other expense. So here we are considering only operating incomes and operating expenses, which are the result of main business operating activity, main activity. So these are the inflows, example of inflow, and these are the example of outflow. Now just go to the investing activity. These are the examples which I have already explained. Cash payments to suppliers, cash payments to and on behalf of employees means salary, wages and other expenses. Cash payment of operating expenses, for example, office expense, administration expense, selling and distribution expense, cash payment to insurance companies for their premiums and income tax paid. All these are the operating. As we are considering the operating activity, so only the operating expenses will be considered. Clear? Next, investing activities. Wait a minute. Investing activities, I told you that the activities which are the result of purchase and sale of non-current assets and long-term investments. So investing activities again will be having two aspects, inflow and outflow. So inflow means all the fixed assets are sold. Sale of land, you can write like this, or you can write all sale of fixed assets, sale of furniture, sale of building, sale of goodwill. At the time of the sale of business, you can sell off your goodwill. Then sale of patents, all the tangible and intangible assets, sale of vehicles, sale of investment, sale of investments, non-current investments. Clear? And outflow means just opposite of it. It means cash is going outflow. So when the cash will be going outflow, when we are making, and 2-3 more examples are there other than the sale. Write down those examples. Write down. Wait a minute. Interest received. This is also the example of operating activity. Interest received. Rent received. These are the non-operating incomes. That's why we have categorized it here in the investing activity. Rent received. And one more, dividend received. If we have invested our money in the shares of a company, then we must be getting dividend. If we have invested money in the debentures or we have kept money in the bank, then we will be getting interest. If we have invested money in land and building and we have rented it out, then we will be getting rent. So these three are the examples of non-operating incomes, which we have already done in ratio chapter. Now talk about the outflows. Purchase of any fixed asset. Purchase of fixed asset. Either tangible or intangible, both. Then purchase of non-current investments. Purchase of non-current investments. So these are the example of investing activity. So basically it is related with which portion of balance sheet? Non-current assets. If non-current assets are purchased, then cash will be going out. So it will be the outflow under investing activity. If non-current assets are sold, then cash will be coming inside and it will be known as inflow under investing activity. So all these are the examples which I have already discussed. Cash inflows. And last one is the financing activity. As I told you that financing activity is the result of change in shareholder fund and the non-current liabilities and a little part of the current liabilities. So financing activities, again, inflow and outflow. Issue of shares, any type of shares. It may be preference shares or equity shares. So if a company is issuing shares, then issue of debentures, these are the inflow as the cash is coming inside. Issue of debentures. Yes, loans taken, you have taken any loan from anywhere, then it will be inflow. And what are the outflows? Redemption. Redemption means repayment. Redemption of debentures, repayment of loan, and dividend paid, and interest paid. All these are the financing outflows. Time is about to complete, so we will continue this in tomorrow's class. So just revise the concept from the book